website as well. Thanks.
Great, thanks a lot, Joseph and Sarah Kate. Next up for the Duke Startup Challenge are Shalav Gupta and Vatsala Kabra. Shalav is a second-year Fuqua student, and Vatsala is a senior here at Duke.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Shalav Gupta, second-year MBA student at the Fuqua School of Business. And I'm one of the co-presidents of the Duke Startup Challenge this year, which is what I'm here to talk to you about. But before I begin, I'd just like to very quickly welcome members of the freshman class to the Duke community. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful time here. And also, of course, welcome other members of the undergrad body. Thank you very much for sparing the time to be here tonight. So really, the first question to ask ourselves is, what is the Duke Startup Challenge? I'd like you to think of it as a platform where students from different schools at Duke can present their business ideas. And obviously, people that win, make some money to start their businesses. But really, more importantly, every participant goes through a process of learning, a process through which they can then transform business ideas into real businesses. And I think, therefore, participation, I was a participant last year myself. I made it to the finals. But there is a tremendous amount of learning that happens. There's networking that happens. You meet VCs from the industry. You meet law firms, people from the law firms. And there is a lot of mentorship that you are able to attract. And therefore, the learning is what the key is here. Obviously, there's some cash prizes, as you can see. It's the premier entrepreneurship competition at Duke here. It's in its 11th year, so it's been around for a while. It's not new at all. And most of the successful businesses that Howie took us through have had affiliation with the Duke Startup Challenge. So really, I'd say it's your best opportunity while you're here at Duke to think about starting businesses, to think about going through that process and understanding how it works. Next, when is it? Just to give you some sense of what events we have lined up for you this year. We start off October 1st. There's a big kickoff event, primarily an informational event, but also an opportunity for you to network with other people and to potentially form teams for participation in the challenge this year. Next, there's what we call the elevator pitch competition. It's the week starting November 16th. Every day of that week, we have the elevator pitch competition for 1 or 2 tracks. Now, we have 7 tracks in this competition, really energy and environment, IT and media. So there are 7 tracks. However, what I'd like to point out is that there is a separate track for the undergraduates this year. This is new. And we also have a separate track for women entrepreneurs. So really a lot of focus on the undergraduates. We want to sort of create a culture, a community of entrepreneurship, and would highly encourage you to get involved from this point on. Then, of course, there is what we call the executive summaries due date. It's the deadline when we'd want all teams that would want to participate in the so elevator pitch competition, is a competition by itself. It's a 2-minute pitch that participants come and present to the panel of judges. But that's a competition by itself. Whether you participate in that or not, you can still participate in what we call the business plan competition, which has 2 rounds. The first is the executive summaries that we produce and we submit. Then we do that by January 12th. Between January 12th and February 18th is when those plans or those executive summaries go to our panel of judges. They go through them, and there's a due diligence process, and then they decide which ones are potentially ideas that would win in the real world. And then on February 18th, there is another big event where we unveil the finalists. April 16th comes, and that's when we have our finals, and we make presentations. to a panel of judges, and they decide who wins. Now, we'll take just one more minute, Larry, if that's all right. There are 3 co-presidents of the Duke Startup Challenge this year. One is me, I'm Shalif Gupta, right in the end, Fuqua second year. Stephen Pal is a classmate of mine, also second year Fuqua. And Vatsala Kabra.
I'm a senior here. Yeah, graduating next semester.
Right, and finally, I'd leave Vatsala to sort of take you through her experience of participating in this competition, and just to sort of answer why it might make sense for you to immediately get sort of involved with the competition. Thank you very much.
Yes, I participated in the Duke Startup Challenge as a sophomore. I took Professor Gergen's class, it's sitting right here, Public Policy 144S. And I just strongly encourage you, because I think that the Duke Startup Challenge, for people who are truly interested in entrepreneurship, I don't know what your experiences are, really provides you with like a platform to, think outside the classroom and really learn by doing and practice versus the in-classroom experience, which I think was the most invaluable thing for me. And I think being entrepreneurial and being dynamic in today's world is like essential. So, thanks.
Thank you. So the next group is Chris Roby with OSEF to talk about Duke Student Ventures. Chris?